How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. This is our first camera-esque video of 2019. And considering it's the first of the year, and it's still pretty much the beginning of the year, we decided to kind of look back at 2018. And by looking back, I mean talking about all the movies that we saw.
All the movies!
Yeah, we have like a lot. But enough that like it's not like an insane amount, although it's probably enough that we'll probably make this a two-parter video. So yeah, we have a whole helmet full of movies. And we're just gonna start talking about them. And we have a whole thing of like, we have signs back here that show that's pretty much our kind of grading system of these movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. So we're just gonna jump into it.
We are gonna jump into this.
Ready?
Okay.
You choose.
Okay, I'm gonna choose, and I'm gonna look at it, and you can look at it. Ooh,
Oh,
good one.
Black Klansman.
Grab
I mean,
it,
I kind of
grab
feel
it.
like we just like both. You know,
Sure.
like there we go.
Excellent. An excellent film.
Excellent. Very excellent. And I'm very happy about it. I thought it was really cool. Little heavy, but like one of those heavy comedies. And it was like really of the time. Really a good time to see it. And what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, so, I mean, it is definitely a heavy comedy, but I'm gonna be honest and say I don't really like biopics that much. I don't like based on a true story, but I really like this one. I usually like about one per year, so this was my one this year.
There you go.
If you're gonna see any biopic this year, if one of your family's like, let's watch a biopic, and you're like, Shudder, what do I watch? Black Klansman.
Definitely.
That's a good idea.
And it's great because Adam Driver basically plays a guy pretending to be Kylo Ren.
I love that. That's a great description.
Exactly. Yeah. So like he pretends, but he's not, and it's great.
So if you've ever watched him as Kylo Ren and been like, man, this guy's a jerk. I wanna watch the same part somewhere else, but better. Kind of have that movie now.
Yep. There you go. All right, and that's our opinion on that. So.
All right, you pick one. You
okay.
pick one.
There you go. Ooh, what do I pick?
Really
Oh god, I want a cookie.
Here.
What'd I get? Oh.
Oh no!
We got Hereditary on this one.
I got two signs.
Oh yeah,
for
we got
this
two
movie.
signs.
So
this is
Hereditary.
This is probably going to be a bit of a controversial one because this one was pretty praised everywhere.
I got very.
It's very bad.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people liked Hereditary.
Yeah.
We were not one of those.
Yeah, we were not one of them.
people.
It's fine if you like it. Opinions, cool.
You're allowed to have opinions.
Everyone's allowed to have opinions. Not a fan.
You're allowed to be wrong too.
Like, here's the deal, man. It's just about like 2 hours, and we were going in anticipating that it was supposed to be like some really incredibly uncomforting and frightening thing pretty much throughout the whole idea.
There will be films like that in here.
Yeah.
But this isn't the one.
No, it's not the one. Like, there are scenes that I liked. So the acting on it is pretty great. Mm-hmm. Not gonna deny that. It's just that it's an old people cult.
I'm supposed to be scared of a really kind of cute teenage kid. Like, I'm
That's
sorry. The kid's not scary.
Yeah.
Like, the kid, like, looks like, you know, you need to hug. Like, she's cute. I don't know. So,
Yeah, it's not. And then, you know, I have a
stick
pretty...
with Damien.
Exactly. And I have a pretty, like, hardcore sin when it comes to, like, the idea of a spouse or significant other, blaming or not believing their partner as far as something bad or weird going on. Especially when they were part of a lot of the situations happening. And then at the end they just go, maybe you need help or something like I have a lot of issues.
Yeah, it's almost always the husband too. And it's like, just, oh my gosh, how many times do I have to see the same plot of the husband not believing the wife? It's so boring now.
And I'm so sorry. They wasted a headless corpse. They had a headless grandma in the thing. Spoiler alert, by the way. And you don't see her. She apparently moves around, but you don't see that until she kneels later. And then you see the other headless corpse, which ends up being the mom. Again, spoiler alert. And you saw her actually cutting her own head off. And I've never been not uncomfortable with that before.
It was kind of played for laughs. It was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Anyway.
I recommend seeing The Witch. It has the same exact twist ending, but better. You'll enjoy it more there.
Yeah. So, like, yeah. If you liked it, great. Awesome.
Yeah, go you.
Yeah, we weren't fans.
Not fan.
So,
not fan.
right.
Oh, boy. Okay.
What do you got here?
What do I got? Oh, I got one that I saw and he hadn't seen yet. Blockers.
Yeah, you saw Blockers. So, go right for it.
Blockers is so fun. Again, it's the site.
Oh, wait. The sign.
I'm gonna use 2. I'm gonna go with very good.
There we go.
I think it's fun because again, these parents know that they should not be interfering in their children's love lives. They shouldn't be messing around and doing all that stuff, but they do it anyway, and that's kind of the tension and fun of the film. So it's parents behaving badly. And I think it was honestly kind of fun. I don't know if I'd call it a very feminist message, but definitely feminist touches, and I would say it made me really happy. And just very fun comedy. Raunchy, but very fun.
And I really gotta see it.
Yeah, you
because it sounds like fun. And also, John Cena's pretty wonderful. He's
oh
in here
gosh,
again somewhere.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah,
Good old John Cena.
Good
All
old
right,
John
you
Cena. Okay,
you
here we
can
go.
pick a new one.
All right, here we go. What do we got? Let's see. We have here the first Purge.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with very good.
Very good.
Yeah. So we've always been a fan of like the Purge movies. You got me into them.
Yes.
So, and like because they're not like obviously the most in-depth horror movies out there, but they're fun.
They
really
are fun. They make you think a little bit.
That too.
And they're just fun to watch. It's fun to see the different interpretations. Now this is a new director, so again we're really seeing a whole new look into this world. But I still feel like it's cohesive and it feels like it matched the rest of the films. So whether you watch this one first and then, because it is the first Purge, and then go into the other ones, or you watch them in release order, I think you'll really enjoy them if you haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And pretty fun. Like, I don't really have too much to add on that. I'd say like fun cast, recognizable area. We're I'm kind of from New York City, so like I don't know Staten Island too much, but I recognize a lot of places, very recognizable. So I dig the authenticity there. The authenticity. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I tried to be smart, and that's how it went out. But yeah, that's it. It was cool. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I definitely recommend.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's see what I grabbed a few. Okay.
Oh, we got.
Ooh.
Oh shoot.
It's a Netflix film.
Yes.
We just saw actually.
Yep.
Next Gen.
Next Gen. Like we both, because my dad put it on, and we were both kind of we were both looking at it like, oh man, this could really, really suck.
I don't know.
But,
so what are you thinking? Is this a twofer or is this a onefer?
I'd say a twofer. Yeah.
I would say a twofer.
Yeah.
I feel like we keep using this one, but another one that's very good.
Yep. Yeah, it shocked me with how good it was.
It just kept getting better and better. Like, if the first half hour, like, sometimes the first half hour of a film is, like, just okay. And you're like, maybe I should stop it. Maybe I should watch something else. Well, this one we pushed through. And man, the second half hour was even better. And then the third half hour was even better. And then the ending was spectacular.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm so glad we stuck with it.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like, oh no, this is going to be all like, people are on their cell phones too much. They don't pay attention to their kids. Like that sort of really low-level satire. But then it really gets a really good heart as it goes on, and I thought that was really nice, really significant.
And the animation is pretty damn top-notch. Like, it looks really beautiful. Like, the scenery, the detail of the world that they created was really nice. And also, John Krasinski's a robot.
Yeah.
A wonderful, giant robot best friend.
Exactly. So. And I mean, it's about a little girl meeting a robot best friend. I mean,
exactly.
That's
also going to show up again.
Really nice.
So... yeah, it was fun. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Really. And it's one of 3 good Netflix movies.
There aren't very many, but...
yeah.
Alright,
so we're going to move on now.
We can grab a new one.
Let's see what this one is. Okay.
Alright, let's see.
What'd
you get?
Man, I want to... It's... oh, this was one that kind of just came out. Okay. Yeah, okay. Aquaman.
Look at that Aquaman. Fish boy go!
Very good. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, we keep reviewing all the good films in this one.
I know, this is pretty
I'm worried about the next video. I'm getting concerned about
we got one bad.
We had one bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the fish man, it's so gleeful. Like I had this big goofy smile on my face the whole time. Like, are there bad parts? Yeah, and those parts are really fun too. Like, it's just so great.
At first, I can't say, I was trying to figure out how I felt about the movie, because, I wasn't too sure if I liked it. I wasn't sure what's going on, and I kept thinking about it, and then I was just, I kind of woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning one night, and I was just like, oh my god, I think I like it. I think I love it. I think I had too much fun. And that's how it was. So also, kudos for Aquaman to pass 1 billion. Good for you. You earned it. And that's really cool. And yeah, you know, it's just honestly DC needed to win for a while. You know, wasn't too much of a fan of Justice League. You didn't even see it.
No, I didn't.
For the best.
Bother,
It's for the best. But yeah, you know, like they really. It turns out, hey, you know, do some more standalones to focus on some characters we don't recognize. People are gonna have fun.
Exactly, and
So.
I mean it's good, silly fun. But there's some nice messages in it too.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's a good one for the kids. There are definitely a few subplots that didn't work so well.
Yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of Manta.
Yeah, he really didn't fit the goofy tone of the whole thing. They were going for such a serious story, and it just
really melodramatic.
it was
really
pretty rough. So there was this one scene where you know, Manta, he's in the lab and he's working on his equipment and all this stuff, and like that was actually really fun. Like you saw some personality from him, and I was like, maybe if they hadn't given him a tragic backstory and you know they focused on making him kind of like, I'm gonna kill Aquaman, like almost evil, I think that would have worked a little bit better.
Oh yeah, like if he was just a mercenary and Aquaman was just the one that got away and he just kind of wanted to get back at him.
Yeah,
that would have been nice. Sorry, I was like kind of looking outside camera. My cat kind of just went in.
Yeah, there's a cat attention. Here. It's amazing.
Okay, she's just gonna be with us for a bit.
But,
oh, that's cute.
But yeah, I'd say it's really fun. The locations are fun. The characters are fun.
Felt like a really fun, like one of those kind of fun adventure video games.
Right.
Yeah, so it was really cool. Definitely if you haven't already, which you probably have, it did hit $1 billion. Check it out. Definitely, I definitely kind of want to see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
check out the Fishman.
Check out Fishman.
Is it my turn? No, I think
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, what? Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
What do we got?
Let's see. Ooh, A Quiet Place.
Ooh. Do we have both different things on this one?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I think I would probably go with good.
And I'll probably go with.
You probably want to go with
very
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree.
Yeah.
For me, I thought the world building was good. There were a lot of things to like about it. There were a few things I wasn't a huge fan of. Mostly, I felt like the ending felt a little. I don't want to use the word contrived because that's a little too far.
Oh yeah,
but...
that last minute, like the one thing I didn't like about this movie was, you know, the ultimate father sacrifice situation.
Yeah, I just felt like that felt a little too written in. Like maybe it didn't happen organically, so it didn't affect me in the way it should have. And I think the very ending worked well. Again, it ended well, but I mean, to have like the climactic point of the film be like, you didn't write that too well. That's a rough one to me. But...
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Like that part, I wasn't too much of a fan of. But for me, the reason why I say it was so good was I very much actually love the world building because it gave you just enough information without it getting like a little bit too much. And then again, the other thing was the sound design and everything. You know, like. Even though it's a quiet movie, you listen to everything.
Exactly.
And that's... love that. It's so good. So besides that, like, not too great part of the ending, I felt pretty much... I felt pretty much the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I would say I really just love post-apocalyptic worlds where there's still life and you could see how life is going on. I feel like so many of those films are so grim and so lonely, but we're very aware that this is not the only family out there, that people are finding ways to survive, and that gives us hope even in the darkness of the film, and I think that works very well.
Absolutely. That's quite a good way to say it. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so moving on. There's like one in here that like it peaks out just enough that like I know what it is, but I'm gonna hold off on it for now.
Alright.
Oh, this one is Deadpool 2. Okay. I'm still gonna go with these two.
Alright.
Myself.
Alright.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm not sure I would put the very, but
it was definitely good.
Put good.
Yeah, it was definitely good.
Yeah.
So.
I would say there were. I personally thought the decision to kill Vanessa, and that's not even a spoiler, that's the first 5 minutes of the film, was questionable. And again, I know she'll be back in the next one. That's a real spoiler, maybe.
Oh, yeah. But, he pretty much undoes it, which... for me, the first time viewing it, when that happened, I kind of just felt weird the entire time. But then, like, the second time going in and then looking at it, felt better to me.
Yeah. I just think it's a really lazy storytelling technique, and I'm not a big fan of laziness.
Yeah, I get that.
So that was kind of my big issue for it. I've seen the whole kill somebody off to motivate somebody, usually a dude. Like, I've seen that too many times. It's boring to me, so...
I get that.
And it kind of kills the enjoyment. That being said, there were a lot of nice new additions to this film. So again, they didn't just bring the same cast back. They also had new cast members. I think Domino was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she needs to... I mean, goodness, just rewrite the first film and put her in that one, too. Like, she's so great.
Yeah, Domino's great. I love how much more of a dynamic there is with Colossus.
Yes.
That's pretty great.
He's pretty fun.
More light into the fact that he really, really into Colossus. Really into Colossus.
He's quite a man.
He's quite a man.
Quite a man. So, I mean, that was fun.
That was fun. The storytelling, like, as far, like, after that certain point, is just, like, you know, growing this little family of X-Men. I thought that was pretty nice.
That was fun, and that was creative, which I liked a lot.
So that's really cool.
The final battle scene is
that was
epic.
good.
It's very fun.
That was really fun.
Again, it is another film where I feel like each half hour is slightly better than the one before, which
definitely agree.
I really like stuff like that. I'm fine with a beginning that's only okay if it gets much better. If anything, it's slightly better to me than a beginning that's, you know, oh my gosh, it's the best beginning of my life, and then it's just downhill from there. So,
I definitely get that. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. That's a pretty good way of handling that. Wait, I chose last time, didn't I?
Oh, I don't know.
I lost track.
See.
Past self when I'm editing this. Figure it out. Whatever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
We got a mixed one.
I'd say it's a mixed one, but since the recent movie that came out...
We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
I'm gonna go with...
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with good.
Okay. I was... Yeah, I'll go with okay.
Yeah, I'll go with good. I think that's fair, yeah. Because, yeah, you definitely had more problems with it than I did.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, but that's not to say I, like, didn't have problems with it. But, yeah, going off of that.
Yeah. I don't know why we have an Incredibles 2. I don't feel like this is a story we needed more of. I feel like there's a lot of great superhero films out here, so I'm not really quite sure why we need another one per se, if it's not going to tell an absolutely, you know, out-of-this-world original story. And I don't know, I feel like the whole mom goes to work, dad has to take care of the kids, just because they're superpowered, it's not really original anymore, and I feel like it does a disservice to dads who do this every day and don't, you know, I don't know. It didn't work for me. But maybe there's some dads who really liked it, so I won't discount it for them.
Yeah. I'll probably judge it again when I'm a dad. But I did personally enjoy it. I did personally, like, I thought that was, I still thought that was kind of fun. My issues were actually the antagonist themselves, or herself rather. Well, and the idea of, like, oh, I was the bad guy all the time situation. That's been kind of going on with Disney movies lately.
Genuinely so sick of the whole Disney, but this person's really the villain thing. Like, just tell us the villain from the start. Like, come on, you don't develop interesting villains this way. Yeah. Like, exactly, and every villain's sneaky. Every villain's, like, pretends to be your friend but isn't. I don't know. I'm sick of it.
I totally get that. And just the other thing, like, you know, I'm not expecting a Civil War level argument, but, you know, when superheroes are being told how they're useless or they only hurt rather than help the situation, and none of them fight back on that, and I'm just like, but... Yeah. You want to say something, please? Like,
it's a worthwhile debate, and it could have been done well, but it kind of felt like they were too afraid to actually explore the question in any meaningful detail.
Yeah, so that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Regardless, I still enjoyed it. It's definitely not as good as the first one, but I thought it was still pretty fun. I enjoyed seeing more Elastigirl heroics. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was good, and I liked it more earlier. But then another animated superhero movie came along, and I've never booted the liking of another movie harder in my life.
Oof. Yeah. And if they ever make another one of these films, they really don't need to ever make another one of these films. But maybe actually give Violet a plot, like something
That'd be
new.
nice.
Because I really think it's starting to show that they don't know how to write a teenage girl realistically.
Ooh.
Because, I'm sorry, like, if your whole plot is like, oh boy, maybe he likes me, maybe he doesn't, like...
Because that was kind of the plot of the first one, too.
Yeah, they just reused the same plot for her, and I'm gonna be honest and say most of my teenage years, that was not even really the first thing on my mind. Like, I was too busy just trying to survive high school. I mean, that might have been a nicer plot, maybe something like that, but...
Yeah, so, that's pretty much it. I think, yeah, it was good for me, okay for you, but not, like, definitely not what we hoped it would have been. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on that one.
Alright.
Alright, let's see. Okay, this next one is... Oh, Crazy Rich Asians.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't know
Okay.
if this will be mixed, but I'm just gonna
No, I'm gonna
straight
stick
up.
with that
I'm
one.
just gonna straight
I'm gonna
up
stick
make
with that
this
one.
one excellent.
It was just so nice.
Okay, so I'm not really a big rom-com fan, so if one of them really gets to me and makes me cry and gets me emotional, it's gonna be excellent. Like, it's gonna be one of my favorite films for that reason.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Yeah.
So I recommend this to people who like rom-coms. I recommend this to people who hate rom-coms, because it might touch their cold, stony hearts just like mine.
Exactly. But yeah, I really liked how it went into, like, just the idea of, like, cultural, like, the idea of a mix of culture. Like, one obviously from America and then the other one from Asia. Singapore? Was it? I think.
Oh no.
We might have to watch it
research
again.
this properly.
We didn't research it properly. We only saw it once, so we definitely got to see it again. But ultimately, I did really like the idea of, like, these two ideologies coming together and, you know, ultimately two worlds kind of just coming together, like, almost like an Aquaman.
Almost like with that fish man.
Almost how, like, their love saved the world.
It's true, that's true.
So, you know.
Love between...
I'm not saying they're going to make an Aquaman in their future, but it's still a love that could save the world.
When I look at you, I'm just like, what?
I'm sorry. This is probably already going on pretty long, so we're just going to pause it here on this one. And then we're just going to kind of go right into it in the next one. So, yeah, just if you're enjoying this, we definitely don't have all the 2018 movies in here, so if you'd like, just list off some movies in the comments from last year that you saw that you liked or didn't like or just want to talk about. So, yeah. Until next time, we will see you into the next video.